Hi, this is Paul Inch, Tech Model channel with my second update of today on the Sturmtiger in 1/48 scale from Tamiya. As you can see, it's received its primer, and I've actually used the fine surface primer from Tamiya, which you can see the can in the background. Still quite plenty of left because at the end of the day it's a small model, so it will cover a few kits, about 3 or 4 kits I presume, if you're careful with it. But I've actually done that on the whole outside and underneath. It's completely primed underneath as well. Straightforward to do. As I said, the two parts of this kit are actually separate. Lifts off to allow me to do the actual periscope for the commander. I believe it's the commander, or is it the gunner? The commander at the back, the periscope, so you can actually use that. So, but what I'm going to try and say is that's a big clear plastic later on, so that'll be okay. So that can be fitted in at the last minute, and then finally I will glue just along this seam here and along the seam at the back where the actual bottom of the rear engine compartment plate meets up with the lower hole, and they are clear of primer and paint, so when they do get eventually glued, they will be really solid. I also said that I was going to paint the inside, the lower hole, in a Stynylrez red, which I'm using as primer. It's a service primer anyway, but it's a reasonable colour for what I'm doing, and I think it's quite a nice colour as a primer colour. Anyway, so if I lift this up now, you'll see what I mean. I've actually painted, and you can see everything in there inside there is painted, not on the inside of the top, because you're not going to see anything in it, because this is just purely to cover the bit when you're looking down through these grills, that it's actually primed red in there, a bit like some of the engine compartments are made on later German tanks. So I should put this back on, just excuse me while I do that. There you go, and move it back. Let's get a bit, push it forward a bit. There you go, and it should drop into place, which it normally does, and there you go, it's dropped into place. Lovely. There you go. So there you go, that's what I've done. So I've actually seen what I've actually done with this vehicle now, and you can see the primer, it actually stands out a little bit better with the actual crane now actually being done as well. So the crane's been done, it's still movable, obviously, once you get past the paint, and it's still movable, so it does the job. And it's looking better in grey, to be quite honest, but I've got all the way around the tracks, all the way around it, like you saw earlier on, so there isn't any primer missing on this kit, which is nice. Now my next task, which I most probably won't do a short video on, will be to do a bit of highlighting in black round all the sharp corners, around the edge, around the hatches a little bit in the middle, and around the engine deck area, just lightly spraying a little bit of black to have pre-shading for this kit, including along the wheels, just a little bit in the centre there, just to go a bit of pre-shading. It might probably be around the outsides of it. Now I'm going to use my airbrush on the finest and dilution quite high, so I get the black I need, but it doesn't actually cover like a one mass solid colour. And I should do the track areas a little bit as well in that. And the good thing is, because I can lift the body up, it'll be okay. I can mask off where I don't want it to be, so I just keep that camera on my leg, so I can mask off. But you can see what I mean, but the actual primer coat's gone really nice, and it makes it look a little bit different, doesn't it? So there you go. And even around the back, all the primers there looking nice. So I'll just leave that like that now, with the old, I think, the crane over in the background like that, so you can see it. Now I think I've been put a bit further. There you go. I think that looks quite a nice angle. That's a nice video. So really, that's what I've done so far, and I hope that helps out anyone that's doing it. Stynylrez, the actual service primer, I wish it come in a bottle that you can actually pour into an airbrush. But to be honest, if you make sure you keep the tip of the actual, if I show you, if you keep this bit here quite reasonably clean and turn it upside down like it says and spray it, so you just stop spraying paint, the actual nozzle on that is a really good spray, and you can see it's very fine. There isn't any details lost whatsoever. Even the Zimrit has got still shining coming through that. So now it's just a case of going on with some lighter colours in camouflage. Now you can see the camouflage in the background over here. That's what I'm going to be copying. I'm going to copy as near as that as possible. It doesn't have to be exact, because at the end of the day there's only a few vehicles left over, and I think most museums have overpainted them anyway into just and what I've seen on YouTube is they're basically done in plain desert sand, the actual base colour on most of them anyway. So I'll be doing that one that's on the magazine, where I've got the idea for all the cables for the the what's the name, and I've looked at photographs, and yes, sure enough, the cables are there as well. So might be able to tune in a little, go a bit nearer in, I'm not sure. Let's have a look. Oh, that's the wrong one. No, it doesn't want to move. Anyway, so thank you very much for watching again. And as I said, this was only a quickie just to show you what I've got so far. And that'll be the end of this. So I'll catch you on the next one. Hopefully on the next one, you will see the actual shading, pre-shading showing through on the basic tank colour. And that's what I'm going for next. And I'll catch you on the next one. See you later. Bye.